What the hell?
Good, good, good.
Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I'm here with Nemo, the late bloomer, and we're having some technical difficulties. Nemo's bouncing around. It's making me seasick. Nemo, how are you?
How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm fair to partly cloudy. I started
That's
drinking.
what's
I
up.
just started drinking just before we came on. I
That's
think
what's
there's
up,
gonna
man.
I think there's gonna be increasing cloudiness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure, man. I appreciate your
Oh, it's my
invite, man.
pleasure. Let's start. You're in DC,
Yeah,
the District of Columbia.
yes, sir. I'm in Southeast.
Yeah, I worked out there. You know that. Were you born
Yeah.
and raised? Were you born and raised in DC, Nemo?
Nah, bruh. Nah, hell nah. I'm a
Okay.
country king, born and raised in Virginia.
Okay.
Then
Yeah,
I
I've been
went to
all through.
military.
I've been all through all that area, all the way North Carolina, South Carolina, whole Mid Atlantic. What
Right.
part? What part of Virginia?
I'm from White Post, Virginia. I say it proud. It's in the Shenandoah Valley. I'm from White
Okay.
Post, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, man. What's up, Bert? Yes,
It's like a
sir.
lot different than DC.
Yes, sir, it is.
When did you? Now, Nemo, come on, now stay with me. When did you start doing comedy?
When I came out the womb, actually,
Yeah,
but
right.
but I started technically hitting stages about 7 years ago.
Okay. What was
Yeah.
what was your first show like?
Oh man, I was more nervous than a hooker in church, man. I did my first show, and shit. I was, man. When I first did my first show, it's funny. I just went to my cousin's funeral and
Okay.
in Virginia,
Right.
and I drove back to DC because I had to work my part-time job that night. And
Okay.
somebody said, "Hey, before you go change and get ready for work,
Right.
they're doing a comedy competition."
Okay.
And before someone had invited me at an Ethiopian restaurant up there on U Street, somebody invited me on stage. No, but yeah, for real. No, they had a comedy night, an amateur comedy night,
Ethiopian
like
restaurant.
5 years before
All
that.
they give you is
And
an
and
empty plate. All
and
they
when
give you is an empty
and
plate.
and they asked me to get on stage, and I got scared. So 5 years later, I said, "Fuck that! I'm not getting scared no more."
You went
So
back.
I got no. This was a different venue, and like I said, I came from my cousin's funeral, so I was dressed in all black,
Okay.
and they told me, and I ran straight over there to the place and jumped up on stage, and I did 90 seconds or something like that, but I did well, you
Okay.
know. But
Okay.
now that I look back on it, I go to the YouTube and I look at it and I laugh and I say to myself, I sucked, you know.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
first time, I sucked, but
Well, you
yeah,
mentioned you mentioned YouTube. Let me give you your props because you have a YouTube channel, Instagram,
yes, sir.
TikTok. You're all over the place, and
Yes,
I
sir.
commend you for
Thank
that. 680 some subscribers. You're killing it. Keep up
you.
the
Yeah.
great work. Anything I can do to help. I know your goal
Yes,
is to get to, more subscribers and more. You don't care about the likes, just people coming out and seeing you
no,
perform.
right, right.
Right.
And
Well,
the
let's
support,
keep going.
support.
While I got you, and you're actually pretty good now. Comedians that inspired you, comedians when you were coming up, or we were growing up
Oh,
that inspired you.
my favorites were Dick Gregory, Richard Pryor,
Wow,
uh, Red Fox,
Red
uh,
Fox, Red
Robin
Fox,
Harris.
Lamont,
Uh,
Lamont. Tonight I'm making your favorite dish: steak or rice
yeah,
beanie.
yep. Mom's Mabley.
Yeah, I grew up on Red Fox and Mom's Mabley
Yeah,
records.
Mabley. Yeah. Like I said, Dick Gregory.
Right.
Red, Red, old man named Red.
Okay.
What?
Well, let's shift gears, Nebo. What about comedians you like now? You can mention, comedians
Uh,
there in DC or Virginia or the DMV,
uh,
whatever.
I was hurt, man, a few years back because one of my all time favorites died, Bernie Mac.
Yeah, me too. I love
Yeah.
Bernie Mac.
So Bernie Mac,
I'll beat you to the
Bernie
white
Mac.
meat shows. I love
Yeah,
Bernie Mac.
yeah, Bernie Mac. Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy,
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle,
yeah,
Tommy Davidson. You know,
yeah. There any local
yeah,
comedians you like that you really like there? Because and let's do the props right now. Althea McFarland set this up because she has the Morning Max show, and I know you're on there, and that's how I got with you. So I want to
right.
give props to and I got to go one step back further to the
Yeah, give
Gwyn
props to people.
factor because the
Yeah.
Gwyn factor got me in touch with Althea.
Well, I'm gonna give props to Gwen, and I'm gonna give props out there. Give props out
I
there.
love the Gwyn. I love both those ladies. The Gwyn factor started it.
Right, those queens are cool, man. And Gwen, me and Gwen, I met Gwen at Bar 210, and me
Okay.
and her have been friends ever since. And
Yeah.
she always looks out, looks
Well,
out
and
for the
you
cooking.
know
So
what? You and Gwen are because you call yourself the late bloomer, and Gwen didn't start till she was late.
yeah, the Gwen factor. Yeah, I know.
If you saw her minute she did, she does a great comedy minute, one of the best ever. I mean, she blew me away.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
take that. I've done a
yeah, that's
250 of
awesome.
these, and the Gwen Factor has one of the best comedy minutes ever.
Right. That's awesome.
She is just wonderful.
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
let's keep going. Let's keep going while I got you. Uh,
I
go ahead. I'm
I was
sorry. Go
proud
ahead.
of her. I was, I was really amazed and marveled when I first met her and her style and her presence and all of that. She's good at what she does, man. She's good at the craft of comedy, man. And
Well, and she's like
and
you though. I
just
mean, let's when you started, but was there a catalyst that got you started doing comedy? 5 years ago or whatever, full time.
no, it was me. It was
You
me
just
because
okay.
I was tired. I thought about, my nickname, and then I thought about what would I do on stage and what would I call myself. And I thought about a flower. You ever seen when you plant flowers in a flower bed,
Yeah.
that one flower that grows late, and then that flower shoots past the other ones when it
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
starts
Yeah. Yeah.
the most beautiful flower. Well, that's where I got Nemo the late bloomer because I
Okay.
told myself I'm gonna start late in this comedy game when I should have started in 1988 when I
Okay.
was getting ready to graduate high school. I should have started
Okay.
then. And I told myself it's time to blow up, and I'm gonna blow up because I got faith in myself.
Good for
You know,
you.
faith without works is dead. So I told myself get the grind. You know,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
your terminology, I call it drive and desire.
yeah,
As long as you have drive and desire, you
yeah.
can't lose either one. But as long as you have those two, you can go. You can. The
Right.
possibilities are endless.
You either ride with me and support me or you don't. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get angry. I ain't gonna take it personal.
Right.
I'm gonna because when I make it and you come up to me saying something slick about yeah, that's my man, or I know him, or put your hand out, you know what I'm gonna say? Fuck you. Because when I was
how come,
struggling and when
how
I was
come I
trying to
knew
be,
that was coming?
yeah, you
Yeah, I got
doubted
a few of
me,
those.
said I was funny, and you didn't give a fuck about me.
Yeah,
But now
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going, oh, that's my man, Nemo. Oh, he's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
And kiss my
That's
ass.
funny as shit. That's funny as shit. Well,
But
I
it's
want
the
to
truth.
I want to try and throw you a couple bones here because you do a bit about kids and animals.
Yeah, all jokes, baby, all jokes.
Go ahead.
I love
Hey,
kids.
if you didn't Nemo, if they didn't tell you this is a comedy show, so you can do
Hey, man,
jokes.
look, and it's true, man. I love kids, man,
Yeah,
and kids are beautiful from the
right.
time they come out till they grow up. Kids are
Yeah.
beautiful and amazing, but kids are fucking stupid. Kids are dumb as hell, and I like animals, and like I said, you can have a goldfish, you can have a dog, you can have a cat, you can have whatever you want. You can give that motherfucker back to the vet if you don't want,
Yeah.
but you can't give a kid back. You ever think about that? You ain't never seen nobody take a
Yes.
kid
Yes.
and push a kid back up in a pussy and get rid of it. You can't do it. So you can't get rid of your kid. Once you got that kid, he's here. And there's some dumbass kids out here, you know? And
Yeah.
but the funny thing is, I love it when motherfuckers say my kids and my babies. You don't know if that's your baby. Did you get a blood test? Did you get a blood test? Because the motherfucker look like your next door neighbor. Look like the mailman. Look like the UPS man. That ain't your damn kid. You going around my baby, my kid. Then there's the motherfuckers that got kids don't want to take care of. Soon
Yeah.
as the kid grow up, the kid in the NFL, now it's all of a sudden it's your kid. Man, kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I
Man,
don't know if
shit,
you, I don't know if you know this. Hang on. I got to tell you this. I went to PetSmart and I tried to get a puppy for my dog.
right?
The guy said, "Look, we don't do trades."
That's
I
true.
I had to take a little bastard back home with me.
Yeah, they got a store that they get ready to open called Kid Smart. And there ain't gonna be no motherfucking kids in there. Nobody. Store gonna be vacant. I took a kid to the DMV and look what happened. Motherfucker asked for a social security number. His dumb ass stand there and go Instagram and Facebook. They said, we didn't ask you for TikTok and your Snapchat. We asked you for your social security number, you little dumb bastard. Then you got a kid, they tell one kid, recite the 10 commandments. He give them 10 Washington commanders names. They said the commandments. They didn't say the commanders, dumb bastard. Man, kids are dumb as hell.
What else you got?
Kids are like
You seem like that gets you a little riled up. Kids get you riled up.
kids are like Bobby Boucher.
Oh, Bobby Boucher,
Stupid. Stupid. Fucking piss stains and
the
shit, man.
water
Kids,
boy, the water
man, kids
boy.
dumb as hell. Yeah, they disrespect, but they dumb as hell. Kids remind me of Floyd Mayweather. Can't read or nothing.
Oh, good Lord. Floyd
Yeah, can't.
Mayweather may come and kick your ass.
Nah, nah, I
No,
doubt
you ain't
that.
scared of that.
I'm too something. That little motherfucker, he 145, 150, 155. He better stay in his lane.
Oh, good Lord. Well, let's
That's like
let's try and get
that's
this
like
thing.
a chihuahua. That's like a chihuahua trying to jump on a rock waller.
Yeah,
I don't
right,
see it.
right. All right. Well, let's try. Look, I threw you a bone. Let's try and get this thing back on the rails a little bit.
What's up?
You have a favorite show, and then I'm going to flip the script to a least favorite show, which that's where the meat is. So do your
You gonna
favorite show first. Do your favorite 5 years now, your favorite show you've done.
my favorite show? Shit. My
Well, I don't
favorite
want to
show.
piss you off. I don't want to get you
Show.
angry.
Oh, listen.
I'm
My
just trying to
favorite
keep this
show.
thing going.
Believe it or not, my favorite show. I mean, I got a lot of great shows, but my favorite show was the one I just did like a month ago.
Okay.
And
Well, tell us about it.
the show I did the show. It was a they had this class reunion
Okay.
for school that I went to. It was my middle school. I went there my seventh and eighth grade year, intermediate school. Well, the same school that I went to seventh and eighth grade. My father went there when schools were
Okay.
segregated from kindergarten to the 11th grade.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so they called me and asked me, would I come and be the comedian for the Showtime at the Apollo act for Johnson Williams class reunion? I said, how much you paying me? They said, nothing. I was like, and then the lady said, well, why don't you do it for your father? I said, don't bring my father up. You know, it's a touchy
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
situation. My father just passed on April 28th. So
Okay.
I said, all right, I'll do it in remembrance of my father since he went to
I,
school
you
there.
know what? I did see this. I saw a little of this on YouTube.
So I dedicated it to my dad and I
Yeah.
ripped it. I ripped it. I
Yeah.
won the show, but they didn't give it to me because they wanted to give it to the the guys that portrayed the Temptations. They had some guys that were lip syncing and dancing, so I let them have it. But I won the competition
Yeah.
fair and
No.
square. I
I
had the largest claps and ovation.
I was going to touch on that because you did. In other words, I spent some time today looking at your YouTube, and you do have a great YouTube channel with lots of stuff. And there was one, I think it was in a church. Besides that one, I know that one with your father when your father passed away. But there was another one in a church
Yeah,
that you were tight, you were clean, you were
yeah,
involving the people. I was just so impressed.
yeah. I had a gray suit on. That's the only church show. No, actually, I've done two church shows. That one, and I did a church show where I had a red T-shirt on. But
Okay.
yeah, church shows are cool, man. I like church shows.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
yeah,
the thing about that is, you know me and you know how I am. Uh, Obviously the material, versus, some of the other stuff you have. Have you ever slipped up?
Nah, I almost did. And when I did, I went sugar honey iced tea. I switched it up real quick. Yeah, I switched it up real quick.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
I
said,
know
God,
you. I don't want to interrupt, but I know you were in North Carolina just recently. I saw a
oh
video from Chicago.
oh man, guess who I was with, man, at the show in Wilmington? I performed at the Dead Crow. Man, I performed with the greatest, the funniest, one of the new chicks on the block. She's awesome. Maddie Smith off of Wild 'N Out.
Okay, well, we're if you can help me get her on, I want to have her on the show.
Maddie with the fatty.
All
Man,
right,
Maddie's good.
yeah. Anything you can do to help me, get her in touch with me. I want to have her on the show.
Okay, we'll try, but Maddie's
Okay,
very
yeah,
busy.
well, we'll try. But anyway, so but my thing was because I saw that was cool as heck. You in North, and I've been there. I've been Wilmington, every part, Raleigh, Durham, Winston Salem, Charlotte. Love
I'm in
North
Raleigh this
Carolina.
weekend. I'm in Raleigh this weekend. It's funny you
Are you?
said
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But anyway, then I saw one in Chicago. So you've
Yeah,
done a lot outside of the DMV.
yeah. That's what I want to do. I want to do outside the DMV. I don't want to be known as a DC comic or Virginia comic.
Okay,
I want to
right.
be known as a comedian on the rise.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah,
Well, you're funny as hell. You got some more? You want to do another bit or
man.
two? Go ahead.
Man, I can do whatever, man.
It's your
Hey,
this is your comedy minute. It's your
can I
show.
ask you a question?
It's your goddamn show. Do what you want.
Hey, how many STDs have you had?
Oh, well.
Because I seen when I first got on here, you was scratching and shit. You need
Yeah,
some
yeah,
blue
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I mentioned like a good humor man on the 4th of July.
I got you, boy. I got you. Yeah. And I was before we got on this show, I was driving up the street and the cop stopped me. The cop stopped me and asked me for my driver's license. They looked
Right.
at my license and said, sir, you got glasses on this picture. And I said, so what's that mean? He said, well, you got glasses on. Where's your glasses? I said, sir, I have contacts. He said, I ain't asked you how many motherfuckers you know. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. So cops crazy, man. Cops
Yeah.
jerk me out. Yeah. Somebody asked me one day, I was down there in Alabama and a cop stopped me.
Oh my.
And yeah, he
That
walked
can't be
over to
good.
the
That
car.
can't be good.
He walked over to the car
Right?
and he said, you know what? You people just get on my damn nerves. Why don't you go back to Africa? And I looked at him and I said, you can't return stolen goods, you dumb motherfucker.
Keep going.
Oh
I got
man,
no
I
problem. Keep
man.
going.
Man,
Keep
so look,
killing.
yesterday my wife made some of that good old deviled eggs and that potato salad with the eggshell still in it. And I was sitting there eating them, man, and crunching and shit. And she could see that I didn't like the food. She said, what's wrong? I said, it ain't my mama's cooking. But I'm going to eat it because I love you, baby, because I love you. I'm loyal. But yeah, the shit was nasty. The chicken tastes like wood. Macaroni was all runny. But I ain't going to tell nobody else. It's just between me and you.
I met Rodney Dangerfield. You
Yeah,
remember
yeah. That's
Rodney? Rodney's line. Rodney's
me and
line. I
Rodney,
wouldn't.
I get no respect. Me and Rodney
I
are the
tell you,
same.
sir. My
Yeah,
wife's cooking so bad the flies are chipping in to fix the screen
yeah.
door.
I don't get no respect. That's funny. Me and
Did
Rodney
you
are
did
the
you
same.
hear that one?
Yeah, I heard it. We the
My
same.
wife's cooking so bad the flies are chipping in to fix the screen door.
That's funny. You're right though. Yeah,
There's another one. Hey, there's another one he does about my wife. My wife, her food's fit for a king. Come on, king. Come on, come on, king.
man. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a troubled childhood, and but I was petty, man. Growing up, I
really.
was petty, and I hold grudges.
Okay,
I'm still mad. Shit, when I was at the reunion, I seen one of my elementary teachers there. My second grade teacher was the
right.
funniest thing. You know what I did? I walked over and smacked the shit out that woman because I'm petty and I hold grudges. And it's a damn shame because the woman's about 94 years old right now.
Oh my
Man, I smacked the shit out of that woman. They said, why you do that? Cops come in and grab me. What happened? I said, I'm petty and I hold grudges.
yeah.
I said, she spanked me when I was 6 years old and I never forgot it. Yeah,
Well,
man, shit's crazy.
No charges. No charges were filed.
No charges. Shit.
Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah, I want to keep you on the road.
I I thought about giving her a little bit though, 'cause she looked like
Oh,
she needed a
really?
little.
94.
Yeah, yeah, ain't
Still
nothing wrong
hot.
with some them hot as hell, boy. Them great pubic hairs and that cottage cheese ass. Ain't nothing like cottage cheese ass, titties
Oh,
down past her waist. I
oh my
love it, man.
God.
Ain't nothing like a saggy bird titties, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, no, no.
Titties remind you of titties remind you of ping pong paddles. I love it.
Oh, good Lord.
Ones that got that's especially the ones that got them hair around the nipples. Ain't nothing like.
Oh, 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 oh. Okay, okay, okay. Let's come up for air.
No, we ain't coming up for air, goddammit.
All
Hell
right,
no.
keep going. You're in charge. I don't want no problems.
Hey, when you coming back to DC, man?
I spent my time there. I didn't know.
When you need to come back and visit. So we
No, I want to tell you something.
down
DC.
party.
You know what? There's a couple things. I'll say this about DC.
What?
Just a couple real quick.
What? Talk to me.
Number one, driving in DC is total shit. Total
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
That whole area. You get on 90. I mean, there are times getting home from work, take a
yeah,
half hour. Other times it takes 3 hours.
yeah, you're right.
DMV is
I,
just terrible.
I'd rather ride
And
Metro.
beyond that, if you're in the district, you may go in one way, but you can't get the fuck out that way. You go around circles before you know it. I was one time I had a artist in the car and we could see the hotel, but we couldn't fucking get there. She finally got out and walked there.
That's some funny shit.
No, it's true. You know the
Yeah,
district, man. That's just terrible down there.
yeah,
Terrible.
yeah. When she was walking there, did she have corns and bunions on her feet?
She was an artist for RCA. She was some young singer, and
I don't care who she was an
she was
artist.
mad as hell at me
Hey,
because
I
she
don't
could
care
see
if
the
she was a
hotel,
damn
but we couldn't get there.
man. I don't care if she was an artist. How did her feet look?
I don't know. I
Next
didn't
time,
give a shit.
look at her feet, man. I'm
Why?
like, look, I'm like Ray Charles. You ever grabbed a woman's wrist to see if she's pretty? Ray Charles used to grab them wrists because he couldn't see. That tell him if she was fat or not. Well, I like feet.
Well, maybe if you, I think the artist's name was Leah Andrioni. So maybe if you Google it, maybe you can look at her feet.
Well, feet will tell you where a motherfucker is going. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
feet will
tell you where they're.
feet will tell you where a woman going. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not a foot guy. I'm more. We better stop with that. We're gonna get in trouble.
You a foot. You go ahead. You can say it. You a ass and titty man. I understand.
No, well, hey, listen, I'm not
I like.
getting it, man. Before you know it, I got Harvey Weinstein action on me.
Well, long as she ain't cockeyed and got all her teeth, I'm good with it.
It's cockeyed buck teeth. Fuck you, buck teeth.
Oh, no teeth. If she got teeth
Yeah.
and she cockeyed, I'm good. She buck teeth.
Hey,
She
you
buck.
must know my kind of women.
Yes, hell yeah.
Hair's a scare, dress is a mess, lies in her eyes, pain in her breath.
Boy, you crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
crazy. Scott's nuts. Grab
yeah,
him.
that's right. Right.
Well, my friend, I want to make sure because we got to get to your comedy minute. We're going to run out of time, but I want to make sure that we cover everything. As I mentioned, you have a great YouTube channel,
Thank,
Instagram, TikTok,
thank
um,
you.
everywhere. Anything I can do, I'll put all the links when I put this interview up. I'll put all the links to all your stuff. I guess one other quick question: do you enjoy making the videos as much as you enjoy doing stand up?
Yeah, I do. I like both.
Okay,
And
yeah.
the thing is, I've asked a few DC comics to do skits with me so we can collaborate, but there's no unity. I'm gonna tell you, in this line of work, it ain't no unity.
No,
So
no, you're right about that. You're right
I
about
just
that.
just want more comics to come together, and be unified.
Well,
But they worried about one guy making it. I understand you're trying to make it, but come on, man, you can do some skits and have some fun along the way. I see
well,
you. See, the funny thing is, I see him do skits with other guys. Do one with me when I call you. You know?
Well, you know what? Because we mentioned Gwen and Althea and you, I was 58
Right,
when I got fired from my job for telling jokes.
right,
And that's when I started your Comedy Minute.
right,
So I'm like you, I'm a late bloomer. I got into this game late and
right.
I'm just doing the best I can. But I agree with you. There is,
It-
I can
no
count the
unity.
comedians on one hand.
Yeah, there's
There
no
have been a
unity.
ton of comedians. Yeah, I'd love to do it, Scotty. I'd love to do it. When it comes down to it, bullshit.
Yeah, they
It's
won't
only
do
it's
shit.
only since I started your Comedy Minute and having people on and they can promote their shit that now I
Right.
got all kinds of people coming out. And I'm
Shit,
thankful,
just
don't get me wrong, but it's self-serving. They ain't here because they tried to help me.
right. Just because me and you are on here right there, right now, I'm blessed with your presence.
No,
I'm
and
feeling
likewise. I didn't mean that towards you, but you
thankful. I'm
you hit you
thankful
hit a
for
nerve there because you're right. There
yeah,
is no
you
unity. Nobody
yeah,
reaches out and says, "Hey, I want to help that guy."
yeah, you've given me opportunity and I thank you for that. No, I
And I
really do.
thank you for taking the time.
Thanks, man.
You're funny as hell.
Thank
And
you,
that's
man.
what I want. I want people on here that are funny because I don't give one thing. I mentioned to you yesterday. We texted each other, had a few messages, and you mentioned the numbers and this and that. And I said, I stopped giving a shit about the numbers. I just want to bring
Yeah,
joy to people's lives.
right.
I don't know
Yeah.
how long I'm going to be on this earth.
Yeah,
I
you're
just,
right.
I could
Oh,
die
tomorrow,
tonight. I smoke a lot of pot. I drink a ton.
yeah,
And I don't give a shit. I stopped giving a shit. I'm
yeah,
just having fun.
you're
And
right.
so enough of me. I'll get down off the fucking sand. But kudos to you,
You're good,
Glenn
man.
Factor, Althea. Everyone's out there just trying to make people laugh.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
going to do
appreciate it.
everything I can to help you.
You're right. And I appreciate it. I really
Okay.
appreciate it.
Now, you know what time it is.
What? Yeah, it's 3:47 and I gotta take a
Oh,
doo-doo.
no. God damn it. No. It's your Comedy Minute.
I'm just
Don't
fucking
piss
with
me off now. I'm
you.
starting to like you.
Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm
If
starting
you
it off
hang
right
on to
now.
do with
Whatever's at the top of my mind right now. I'm just thinking, man.
let me
I'm
let
just
me let me do a formal introduction.
all right, go
Nemo,
ahead.
the late bloomer, your Comedy Minute, my friend. Go ahead.
I'm always in competition with my wife. First, I want to say hello, how y'all doing? But I'm
Okay.
always in competition with my life and my wife. My wife is always in competition. She always wants to win. I said,
Right.
baby, why you always want to win? Why do you? Because I'm independent. I'm like, that's cool. So we're in competition. We'll be arguing and shit, and she's got to win the argument. We get in the car, we on the way to church. We argue all the way till we get to the church. As soon as we get to the front door, we throw our smiles on and walk in like nothing happened. We in there. You ever had a song on your mind when you hit the church? You sitting there with your wife, and you
Yeah.
start thinking about the song, and you sitting there singing, "Oh, happy day." Then all of a sudden you go something, 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 something,
Yeah.
and then you forget
Hit
the
the chorus
words.
again.
Then you forget the words. That shit's crazy. Yeah. So me and my wife, we're always in competition,
Right.
and one day she was like, "I bet you I'll die before you." I said, "I bet you won't." Guess what I did? I went straight to the insurance place, called a couple of insurance men, put $5 million policies out. I said, "Yeah, we're gonna see who dies first. Well, if I die, I'm gone. If you die, I win." So I'm like, yeah, my wife's always in competition with me, man, with everything.
Yeah.
My car, driving, with
Right.
what I've done in life. Her ass wasn't even in the military. She tried to tell me she was a better soldier than me. I said, how the hell was you a better soldier? You wasn't even in the military. She said, I grew up in Southeast. And I was around guns and shooting. I was like, yeah, you was a better soldier than me because I got PTSD on the streets of DC. I didn't get a lick or an ounce of PTSD while I was in the military. As soon as I hit DC, I got PTSD. The motherfuckers, they shot have my ass like one of them colanders. You ever seen a colander where you put your greens in there, and you're cleaning your greens, and you put the water in, the water spouting out from every hole? That's where my body was after I got shot up in D.C. That's why I walk with a cane. That's why I walk with a cane now.
Is it
Motherfucker shot
really?
me. Yes,
No
yes,
shit.
no, yes. I got shot in
Yeah, no,
surgical.
you know what? And we're gonna wrap it up because we're gonna run out of time. But
Yeah,
yes,
I
you
got
do
shot
walk
in
with a
surgical.
cane, and that's
Yeah,
because you got shot.
Yes, and I was pimping
in
these
the
hoes,
in
and
DC.
one, yep, that's what happened. So I
Well,
was
I
pimping
got
these.
to wrap this up real quick, but I just want to tell you this. I told you I was in DC. My office was just outside of DC.
Yeah,
And the DC was the murder capital of the world at that time.
yeah. It might be the murder capital of the world, but it's still the murder
No,
capital of the Middle.
wait. They told me I went to work on Monday. They said, "Hey, Scotty, you're going to Detroit." And that morning, Detroit was named the murder capital of the world. It took over DC. And I
Right,
said, "You
right,
motherfuckers are sending me on the murder tour."
right. You're right. You're right.
That's why you said about me coming back to DC.
Yeah, it's
I'll go
safer.
to Detroit and then I'll come to DC. I'll do both those back
It's
to back.
yeah. Next stop, Chicago for your ass.
Yeah, Windy City. Well,
No,
listen, let me stop the recording. I thank you so
okay.
much for being here, okay?
Thank you, man.
Let
I
me stop the
appreciate you, man.
recording. Hold on.